If you clicked on this video, that means you want to get better at Siege or maybe even win more games at Siege. Well, it's exactly where you came to the right spot. I got my phone here with me, so that way I don't go too far off point and I'll give you guys some good tips. So, Operation Solar Raid, I'm gonna be honest, the same things that apply to the past seasons will work for this season and many on more. So hopefully you don't have to watch too many videos like this, because this is probably the only video you're gonna need to watch if you want to start winning and improving the new, I would say placements, but there are no placements anymore. There's no more placements. It's all just how many tiers. Everyone starts at copper, then you go up 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, emerald. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Diamond, champion. So no matter what rank you are, follow these principles and I guarantee you will see at least like 2 ranks above where you are. Maybe not if you're diamond, because like this kind of like fizzles out a diamond and champion, because that's where like you reach the top at that point. At that point, you don't need to watch videos like this anymore. So to get right into it, I wanted to get that clear out of the way before we get into the tips. First one we have is solo queue versus 5-stack. I'm not going to be that person, because I tell you guys all the time, you guys already know. Don't solo queue only 5-stack. Well, I understand a lot of you guys watching this video probably don't 5-stack too often. That's a reason why a lot of you guys don't rank up, is because you're solo queuing too much and you're blaming like problems in solo queue as if they only happen to you. Trust me, when I solo queue, I get terrible teammates, lucky kills, blah blah blah, every excusing thing in the book. It happens to everybody that solo queues. You should understand that. If you don't understand that and you feel like a victim to yourself, you deserve to lose your game at that point. But when you 5-stack, the reason I preach about 5-stacking is because everything almost becomes perfect. Obviously, the only flaw is how skilled the players are that you're playing with, especially yourself, but that eliminates all the factors that are out of your control. So if you are going to solo queue with rank 2.0, I don't know exactly how it works. We have to play a little bit, but I'm assuming that you don't really lose elo too much. You just kind of like stay stagnant in your area. But if you win, then you go up a tier, blah, 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 with I don't know how to make points. So this is probably going to reward solo queuing a little bit. It's not going to be up, down spiral anymore. You're not going to lose a ton, win a little bit, lose a ton. So tips for solo queuing. If you're going to solo queue, then you need to understand 2 things. 1, you need to play a little bit slower and more selfish. When you play a little more selfish, that means you are more in control with your outcome. What operator are you playing? Where are you entering on the map? You know, decisions you make, do you call out? You know, like everything's in your control. You cannot look at solo queuing. It is the biggest mistake to look at solo queuing as, okay, everyone else is the same rank as me, so I expect them to do as much as I know. No. Cut that out of your head. Don't do that. You're gonna be upset and you're gonna be disappointed almost every round, unless you know they're good teammates, but that's very, very rare. So map control is isolation. This works for the 5-stack or the solo queue, but start isolating where you go on the map. Don't try to roam clear the entire map by yourself. That's idiotic. Don't do that. However, you should maybe try to find like a room or 2 that like is really low contested. Get inside the building, join yourself in, and try to just focus like the nearest kill that you can find, whether it's a roamer, maybe it's on site. But when you have direction, solo queue becomes a lot easier. So when you solo queue, play a little bit safer, join yourself in a little bit more. Don't be afraid to bait your teammates. At this point, your teammates do not matter. Like they are just, you just have to bait them sometimes. That's the reality of it. But if you're 5-stacking now, 5-stacking is only good if everyone's talking. Not everyone has to talk constantly, but if one person's just not talking at all, then they're just a dead teammate. They're dead weight on the team. Get someone else. So that is the luxury if you guys have the luxury to 5-stack. If you guys all do not tell me I don't have teammates, blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. It's bullshit. Don't go to Discords. First thing I would say, don't go to Discords. They're BS. You're gonna find people. The reason why a lot of people are in Discord is because they're not good enough to be picked up by other players. That's the harsh reality of it, I found too. Because I used to play there a lot, and I understand now, and it's changed. It's not the same as I used to. Solo queue. If you perform well in solo queuing, ask anyone if they want to play. Trust me, those are the people you want to ask, rather than people in Discord. People in Discord freaking, they're not worth it, to be honest. So understand 5-stacking versus solo queuing. Have your expectations, they have to be different. Your standards have to be different too. So now that you understand a little bit, on solo queue, isolate yourself a bit more, but 5-stacks, you kind of have to, allows you to do more takes, which I'll explain a little bit later in the video. So the second thing is learn side setups, please, for the love of God. Rotates, reinforcements, all that easy stuff. Watch my videos. I have on every single map. Other videos too. I mean, you could. I mean, no one else making guides as good as me, but do that, please. I guarantee this will literally structure, it will literally do positioning for you. It will make the enemy, they'll see your setup and they'll be like, wow, this is a good team. Then they'll throw them off a little bit. It'll also just make it easier for you to take gunfights. You don't have to back up and the whole wall is reinforced behind you or something like that, or someone reinforces you have to rotate. Learn good site setups. I don't care what every bomb site has site setups. It does not matter what rank you are, just do them. I don't care if it confuses your teammates a little bit. That's on them for sucking. That's very, very important. Pick smoke, mute, impact grenades, all that kind of stuff. Next up is control the late game jitters. This loses people so many rounds. I'm guaranteed you're gonna win so many more rank games if you can control this. The late game jitters. Basically, minute left, your hand starts shaking, you want to start peeking everything and get the clip. No, don't do that. You're gonna throw your team. Trust me, it sucks when you have like a 3v3 advantage and then you decide to get low kill hungry and then boom, you or your teammate is now instantly 2v3. You could have literally just waited like 20 more seconds for them to plant the bomb. You have to learn how to play the bomb, control your late game jitters. Stop over peeking when you don't need to. Now, this is going to take a little bit of time for you guys to get used to, as honestly, you have to like mentally tell yourself, but you just have to over peek. Honestly, when you guys are guaranteed to over peek and you lose the round, that's how you will learn. You will learn by failing and doing those mistakes. But I'm not saying purposely go do it, because that's dumb. Don't do that. So not even if you're not over peeking, maybe you're over positioning too. You know, a lot of stuff is open around you. You keep moving around, but then like when you keep moving around, then you're gonna accidentally fall into someone holding an angle. So do not do that. You're gonna get picked off so much. So stop moving around so much at the end. Literally, it's better if you die holding an angle. It's better if you die doing that or committing to something rather than being unsure wherever you are, because then at least you know what you were doing, rather than you're just running around like a headless chicken in sight. Don't be doing that. So control your late game jitters. Discipline yourself to be like, okay, I can wait. If you can just wait until the last 15 seconds, 30 seconds, it's really situational around. Obviously, sometimes you might have to peek, but you have to understand when is the right time to take a gunfight and when it isn't. That helps you. That will help you a lot. Is the clock is a good measurement, tell you if you need to get aggressive or not. Same with man advantage. Next up, we have plan ahead. Now, I wrote that down is because a lot of you guys don't plan ahead. Sometimes if someone can't get the wall open, you guys end up baiting outside a window or the roof until the last 30 seconds of the round, and you've been on the roof freaking around for like a minute and a half, for example, on Cafe Hatch. Don't do that. It's better, like I said, if you just die manning up to your action. It's better if you die trying to peek that angle. It's better if you die, you know, you're out of options. You might as well just commit to your decision. That way, it'll be a lot more conscious decision. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have done this instead. And you did this instead. And, you know, keep that learning mindset. If you don't actively try to learn, then you're not going to get good at the game. So plan ahead. Not only just your attack strategy, also on defense, is positioning myself in this spot. Can I get shot from a window? You know, if this doesn't work out, where am I going to go after? So you always have to think at least one step. I'm not saying you have to predict the whole game out. Let's say on Clubhouse Gym Bomb Site. Clubhouse Gym Bomb Site. They're coming from cash side over. If you started in cash, you get droned out. Okay, time to back up. And you sit in con. Now, when you're in construction, you have two options. You can either dedicate to the gunfight in cash, or you can fall back to master. Being able to understand these pieces of map control and, you know, what's my next step? Okay, after I get pushed out, I'm gonna do this. That way, you're not in the heat of the moment and then something, boom, instantly comes up to you and you're so caught, you're so like confused. And you're like, oh, what do I do? Do I commit to this gunfight? Do I run out? Do I hop at the... No, you're gonna start panicking and you don't wanna do that. Plan ahead. That way, you know, like I said, this comes down to manning up your decision. Confidence in yourself. Man up what you wanna do. If you die doing it, it's better you do that than you run like a headless chicken in sight. Last point. I think we got over a lot of good stuff so far. Listen up, pull out your notepad. Consistency. Past 4 things, everything I told you ever learned. Consistency. If you cannot perform consistently, then you're not going to win consistently. And if you're not going to win consistently, then you're going to stay hard stuck forever. Maybe even D-rank. I don't know. But your attacks, they have to look like you've done them 1,000 times before. Your site setups have to look like you can do them with your eyes closed. Your droning looks like you've done it. You've drawn the same corner 1,000,000 times. Everything has to look like you've done it before. If that doesn't look like that, then you're going to be unconfident with yourself and you're going to end up folding because the enemy probably knows what they're doing. They're freaking alibi 1.5. Well, by the time you're watching this, yeah, alibi 1.5 is not going to be a thing anymore. Hopefully I didn't leak anything. But what I'm trying to say is alibi is all her objective is to come run at you and spawn kill you. I don't know. Do brainless stuff like that. Don't be those players, bro. Do not be an alibi crutch. At least the enemy most likely knows what they're doing. However, obviously don't overlook them. And if you don't know what you're doing, then they're gonna kill you because, you know, they have more confidence and stuff. So you have to plan ahead and be consistent with your stuff. If you know you die picking this angle and you still pick it anyways, that's inconsistency. You know what the right decision is, but you didn't do it anyways and you end up dying and you lose to an angle you know was not good for you. Why are you picking that angle? Consistency, please. Develop that. Same with sensitivity, positioning wise, understanding throughout the game and the round. If you're a new player, this might sound overwhelming, but trust me, like I said, this is advice for every single rank in the game. Do this a lot. Play the game a lot. It's not going to come easy, but if you apply all the tips I put in this video, it will sure be a lot more clear what you need to accomplish. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the little rampage of tips I gave you guys. Trust me, please write this stuff down. Save this video. Like it. I don't know, whatever you need to do. Probably watch later or something like that. Share this with a friend. I'll see you guys in the next video. Good luck on your rank matches. I hope you guys win a lot.